So I'm back. About to self-explain my kind of self-explain the whole story again. Um, I said something about the how that he was missing for 1 to 2 years, which is the you know the many years before season 3 actually started or starts. So how season 3 kind of ends as in like the final battle, the live stream. You guys probably know. The live stream was like practically the final battle, the final ending. Um, oh, look at that! There's a skunk. I see that boy. So, the pretty much like the fight. I think it's either a video or it was a live stream. I don't exactly remember. But like I remember it was where I killed Puppet once. And then the puppet, he comes back and then we blow up the box. He falls in the like one block with a bunch of holes that leads to the void. Um so pretty much how like the canon death was already happened. It's just like a metaphor for Puppet, that he falls in the void. It's like a metaphor for him just being internally dead because that was 3 of his lives. um I think he lost like 2 of his health, like his not 2 but like I think he lost like 2 of his canon lives because he doesn't really Puppet doesn't have a lot of canon lives compared to Clemson and Circus Freddy. So I'm just saying that like Puppet was kind of all right. I'm back. So so pretty much during season 1 and 2, um I don't know what to tell you. So the pretty much Puppet died on screen, and I remember Puppet dying, and then there was one where Puppet was dying off screen, and that was the Nightmare Freddy video. He dies off screen. He wasn't even on the world, but canonly he was there during the attack between Nightmare Freddy and the gang. And we did introduce Bonnie. I tried to bring a Bonnie in there. And you guys probably know that failed. And I was supposed to have a spring trap. That failed. As you guys should see, I did show like a teaser of the puppet. Of I don't know what to call him. I was gonna call him like scrapped puppet or molten puppet because the explosion and everything. I would assume that he would kind of melt from it. But yeah, during the attack of Nightmare Freddy, I actually I did, well, I once had I had the map. I recreated the map into a broken down ruined version, and I lost that, so we can't do it. But I did show it, so don't worry. It's canon as long as I have proof of the area. Now, what I was gonna do with that exact map was I was gonna recreate another like side roleplay to it with the night guard being involved, actually, to discover what happened, because it was a suddenly exploded pizzeria, and they weren't really expecting the animatronics to actually be alive and everything. So, the backstory and everything. Um, so the security guard actually once was a brought up idea to be in season two. It didn't happen, and in that following day, I did. It is canon that a security guard did come and visit the pizzeria while it was still functional, and still not that ruined. So pretty much, all that stuff goes down. So Puppet dies the third time. The third time was the war in, of course, season three. Season three was the final season for Puppet because it was just over for him. I think he was just destined to die at this point, knowing that he hasn't shown up for season two. And to tell you, the actual main characters would have been in all three of those seasons. Um, as in for Golden Freddy is Fiverr. To confirm that he is Golden Freddy, it's just that his suit got destroyed, so he replaced it with a red panda, and the red panda suit was much better, and it actually fit him. So, so that's why we got the Fiverr character around. Um, in theoretical sense, that Fiverr is the practical replacement for Circus Freddy. Considering that Circus Freddy, the character, doesn't want to do. He's not in for doing the entertainment part anymore due to the fact of the current events. Just because Clemson and Circus Freddy had currently, well, wanted to create a pizzeria of their own to top all the other ones, which lead all down to these events. And now, Circus Freddy didn't want to even be there. So season three practically revolved around Puppet, and since Puppet's dead, um, when we continue to season three, a whole new 2 to 3 new characters are going to be introduced. Um, I need to find a way to make it even worth a while to reveal these characters, considering that I have to rebuild a lot, because I decided, because I wanted to really upload a video for Ruby SMP, and I accidentally deleted all the data on Minecraft, so I have to download everything back, and I also have to rebuild everything. So that was my fault, but still, I'm set with the story for season four, and no one can tell me no about it because I'm all set for it, and I feel like it's a good conclusion, a good answer for what's going on. Now, season practically a season three that has nothing to do with Puppet. Clemson, Circus Freddy, Fiverr, and Scarlet. You see, Clemson was technically dead for 4 days, and that was the resurrection arc. Well, I think there was two actual, you know, two arcs. That's where Clemson was technically not alive yet. Um, if you guys have known, Clemson gets a sickness from season two. It's not the I'm changing it up to a sickness other than an actual disease. But Clemson gets really sick and ends up dying in season two. So he loses his first canon life. Technically, he dies. To let everyone know that Clemson can't die, because he's not even supposed to be an animatronic. So, you know, that lore is gonna never be answered. I don't want to even I don't even want to answer it anymore. What like supposedly what Clemson was supposed to be. He's a Firefox. He's a whole bunch of other things. Um, Other than what he is, Clemson only gets resurrected practically a quarter into the series. Or you guys know that Lobie, Frostbear, they're canon characters, of course. They're canon because they were in the story, and you know they resurrect him, not knowing what they were doing. The whole point of it is that they had no idea what they were doing. They were both two animatronics that were clueless of the whole situation and decided to unleash another disaster that was gonna happen another year after. So the thing is, during through all of this, in the Lobit channel is practically in the same timeline, same everything. The Lobit channel has a corruption, right? I had a whole huge arc about it. It was a corruption that only works through animatronics, turning them into a dark purplish figure that will come to you and try to bite you, infect you like a disease, like a zombie apocalypse, pretty much. Um, for Clemson's corruption, to let you know that Clemson technically is the corruption. The reason why Clemson it was pink through in that throughout that series was just because that glitch trap made it. Um, as you know that like if you mix like Lobit's power along with another animatronic's power to let you know, Circus Baby is technically the stepmom, not the biological, but the actual mom that's never going to be mentioned until now because she's a red fox that was the main the cause of all this because Clemson's personality kind of runs from the character's mom and everything about it. The only actual trait that Clemson has between Lobit and Clemson was the stubbornness and the streak to being a menace gremlin. Now, the talk of, throughout season three, Clemson is trying to wondering what's going on. Why am I here? Why was I brought to this location of all places? Why weren't I brought to a you know why haven't I been sent to the Nether or the End yet? But in the meantime, actually, the End realm and the Nether realm is actually going to be involved with this to tell everyone. In season four, it will become more relevant to tell you what actually happens in you know what happens in the Nether and what's going to happen in the End. Technically, the End. I'll spoil one thing. The End is Clemson's dimension, technically, where Clemson creates this whole dimension where the Ender Dragon doesn't even exist because Clemson kills it and then he claims it. Now, this dimension is what's going to happen when Scarlet, one of my voice actors, will become the new main character. Um, I'll be playing a side character. She will be recording. Well, everything will be revolving around her after this season four ends. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly what to do with the series, what happens after. I'm trying to figure it out because if I give the channel directly to her, then I'm just putting too much weight on someone's shoulder because, like I said, creating storylines like this is like really really hard, especially when I'm the one that holds with the history, who has like everything planned. So it's gonna be like she's gonna have to run on with my ideas, as in like she has to pick up from like past events to newer events because her character, like her new character in that, oh my god, that looks weird, but in her new character, um does revolve a little around Clemson. A little. He'll be mentioned, but like I don't think he's gonna like Clemson's not gonna show because Clemson's long gone. He's in the end with per se or somewhere. By the time you'll understand what'll happen. But I might have like accidentally said too much, but we'll see. Um, so I'm gonna get back to season three. Season three was gonna be like a huge disaster, and Clemson was supposedly like season three was supposedly gonna be the last season, but ended up being a cliffhanger, and I don't want to leave a cliffhanger at all. So as in for season four, there's gonna be like new characters and everything. So as in for like Clemson and the story, um, so pretty much Clemson is gonna actually try to rid the gravestone of Puppet because the puppet there was evil. The same puppet from season one, to let everyone know. So that puppet's dead. Um, will Clemson ever make another puppet? I I don't think he will. Not for season four. Sadly enough, that'll be practically leaving another cliffhanger to another plot, and I just don't want to do that because I don't want to continue after season four. Um, because the technical season five that you guys will like see after season four is actually not even part of the canon. Like it will be brought up and everything, but like the new plot after this it's gonna it's gonna be circus. It's gonna be Clemson and Fiverr going to random places, and it's that adventure that they have. Now, as in for the rest, Scarlet, Fiverr, Clemson, they have to figure out what they're gonna do because Circus Freddy's arriving really soon. They have to like practically the place needs to be picked up and everything. Um, a suggested, a suggestive way that Clemson will proceed to do is to like find a way to just try to see if Circuit Freddy will be still into wanting to do the thing, wanted to still be an entertainer like Clemson is, which will set a tone. Once I mention it, it'll set the tone for season four because season four is gonna be long. I'm just gonna say that now. It's probably gonna be like around 70 to 100 videos per like for this exact season because it's literally the final chapter of the story, and like I said, I'm set for it, and we're just waiting for Circus Ready. I have to build the rest of the stuff. It is in the map as it is. I originally had the idea to expand the pizzeria, but no, I'm not gonna expand it. I'm actually gonna just add in new rooms that Clemson will create and add the small lore during through that whole setup. As in for like season like the final season, it's practically a war. What per se? It's gonna end in a war. Because it is gonna be everyone against Clemson, but like in the meantime of that, characters will be plucked off one by one. Um, because like I said, none of the characters are like not really matched for for Clemson right now. Um, like the powers will be actually set. You'll actually see what Clemson will be capable of when he uses his power on YouTube, or like the YouTube Clemson. You guys probably know about the Wattpad comic book that needs a lot of drawing updates, but ever the books of Clemson the fandom Clemson, you guys probably know of. But the real Clemson, the OG Clem on YouTube that the videos are running, that stuff that stuff hasn't even been revealed yet. You know, throughout the whole time, Clemson suddenly got TNT and suddenly got fire charges, which the story in season one and everything just, kind of plops from there. So that is for everything you need to know for season one, for like season three, the whole plot, and I'll be continuing on for season one and two to tell you what exactly was that story about. So enjoy.